Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. You guys, I came across something last minute, and I will share all the information with you once I find out how to do it. I promise. Remember, I told you? Let me see here. Let me finish putting this up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Remember, I told you that if I can find the information about the fabric or the skirt that Megan wore, I would share it with you. Well, someone did post it. And I'm going to show you the pictures of it. I'm just putting them up right now. Okay. Is that right? But yeah, it looks like the authentic thing. So let me make sure it's real. And then let me make sure I can really share it with you. And I will do that. Uh, okay, what am I trying to do here? Oh, yeah, let me bring my slides up. Okay. Was that it? Yep, that's it. Um, okay. You all can hear me. That's good. Okay, continue, allow, and okay, coming up. Let me see who's here. Oh, coming up. Let me see who's here. Okay, Rafaela Bertoni, you were here first. Thank you so much. Hello, Fancy Fancy, Kim Harris, Rodney Jackson, Yalibi, Caroline, Mary H, Lola Love, Jose Williams, Fancy Fancy, Lydia Washington, Ingrid Soares, I think I said Yalibi, Don Hanson, and a host of friends and others. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and, oh, there it is. There it is. It's up. Hello, Novi D, Elaine Parker, Dan Speed, and, there we go. There we go. So, revealed. Next. There it is right there. I just saw this before I started. So I saved the information. I just need to make sure that it's okay to share it with you. Also, I want to make sure that it's the real thing before I share it with you. So, but yeah, I cropped the name out and everything because we want to make sure things are on the up and up first, right? But this anonymous lady is modeling that this, huh? Right? Looks like it to me. Looks like it to me. So I don't know who's interested, but I will get the information and probably I'll put it on the community tab. That is exciting, right? And I like the way she added the big blousey top to it. That is very cool. Let me see. Andrea Allen says, testing 1, 2, 3, Baron. I think I correctly updated my membership info. Excellent. Thank you very much for being a member of Royal Sussex. And I really do appreciate it. And also, thank you so much, as always, for watching. Okay. All right. Oh, no worries. I have someone that's not talking to me because of something very serious they said, and I put a laugh emoji, and they still ain't talking to me. I was kind of half asleep, and well, I try to make sure that I don't do that anymore. All right, so let's get on with it. One more. Uh, well, I don't know if the Republic people knew that this was happening today, but it did happen. And Well, I'll tell you this much: there weren't that many people out there. But it says the king and the queen have arrived at St. Paul Cathedral to attend a service of dedication for the Order of the British Empire. What empire? What empire? Anyway, almost 2,000 reward holders from across UK are also attending, including CBEs, OBEs, and MBEs. And let's see, order of, yeah, so that's the OBEs. So you got the CBEs and the MBEs coming. What about the LGBTQ RT? Wait, anyway, what about the rest of the alphabet? Were they allowed? What about the non-binaries? Were they included? Of course, considering it is the British royal family, it's implied, right? It is implied. You don't really need somebody waving a rainbow flag and up in that place to know that it's, well, it's implied. Um, yes, your eyes do not deceive you. So, what is reportedly said to be the boy that carried Chuck's robe today is none other than Rose Hanbury's son. And don't forget that just 2 days ago, she was spotted giggling with Camilla at the badminton horse trials. Ooh, that's awkward. Both of them at a horse trial. Anyway, did the horse get off? Huh? What was the horse accused of? I'm just asking for a friend. Were they on the jury? Or were they the grand jury? The badminton horse trials. You know, if it's anything like the Salem witch trials, I don't usually buy into gossip, but this plot is thickening by the minute. Lisette Zog, thank you so much for being here. Hello, everyone. Thanks, Baron, for your hard work. We love you and appreciate it very much. Well, thank you for the 10 months membership. And trust me when I say this, you all are worth all my efforts. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, so the horse trials. I wonder if Camilla was accused of anything. Was she the plaintiff or was she the accused? I'm just asking for a friend. No, not really working. Too soon. Too much. Anyway, or should I say anyway? Let me continue then. Okay. And well, he's only holding Charles Cape. It seemed like there would have been some, but I guess that denotes Charles' authority. And speaking of capes, you guys, what a big sloppy mess. What a big sloppy mess. When I say big fat sloppy mess, Camilla has all of the elegance and the dexterity of a hippo on roller skates. I mean, she was just a mess. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And as always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I mean, she was about as graceful and elegant as a sumo wrestler in a ballet class. I mean, take a look at the queen and look at that big sloppy mess on the right side. What happened? I mean, she's just such a slob. That doesn't make any sense with the amount of access that they have to all the glam squads and all of the help. Um, where is Angela Kelly when you need her? Yeah, they shouldn't have put Angela Kelly in some cottage somewhere. They should have begged her to stay. Let her write a book and let her stay. Yeah, let her spill all the gossip, and at least she wouldn't look like a big sloppy mess. And she knows she's a mess. And why in the world is she wearing that FW Woolworth house uh, dress underneath? Y'all know that is straight out of the Five and Dime. That is a FW Woolworth special if I've ever seen one. What kind of lady, and I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, even though she did win the Ernest Borgnine lookalike contest, but what kind of lady would wear that matronly dress to the St. Paul's Cathedral? It is a sacred place in the UK. I know that, and I'm not even from there. And she goes in there looking like a big sloppy mess. It's just inexcusable. It is absolutely inexcusable. And I think somebody really needs to confront her. That she needs an intervention. Um, what was it? Queer eye for the straight guy. Well, she needs queer eye for the Ernest Borgnine lookalike. Um, because that right there, sister, ain't cutting it. I saw that and I was just shocked and appalled. I could not believe my eyes. I would have preferred she just wore some tennis shoes and a tracksuit. I think that would have been more elegant than that travesty of fashion that she's perpetuating. But it could have been worse, you guys. It could have been worse because you know that she wore her anatomically correct stilettos to the um, coronation. Remember that? She wore those anatomically correct shoes to the coronation. So it could have been worse. At least this time she isn't prancing around. I mean, even that horse that ran through London had better style than Camilla. Anyway, well, I would say at least her hair looked nice, but no, it looks 1970. It doesn't look nice. It looks 1970. Look at how serene and elegant the queen looks. And I always tell you guys, there are some days that I actually miss the queen. It is. There's some days I just miss her because at least things were done right. Right? At least things were done right. I mean, what's left of that so called empire? At least you can put your best foot forward or put your best hoof forward. Anyway, that's enough of that sloppy mess. And look at that. Look at that. And Charles, he's not much better, but what is going on? You see how let me go back and look at this. You see the queen is wearing the chain between her shoulders and the very width of her bust line. Camilla seems to have it jutting down to her waist. Or is that her bust line? Whatever the case may be, I'm really disappointed. I'm so disappointed. You have conspired and connived your way into that role, and the best you could do is to walk out the house looking like a big sloppy mess. And believe it or not, that was the first thing I saw this morning. The first thing I saw this morning was a big sloppy mess. I think they need an intervention. Someone should have an intervention because this doesn't make any sense. Oh well, wherever you are, Lizzie, there there were some things you just got it right. And then there's some things that, and as short as Queen Elizabeth was, as short as she was, you would think that she would be the one swimming for her life. Camilla is literally, it's like she's fighting with that robe. And from the back, I'm sure it looks like two pigs fighting under a blanket. It looks like she is literally fighting the robe. Either that or the robe is haunted by the ghost of Lizzie and is doing his best to try to trip her. Speaking of which, she does kind of look like I wonder if she just got up off of the steps before they took this photo, because one would only look like that if you've already fallen. You know what I mean? That looks like the aftermath of a fall, not someone who just got out of the state Bentley. Oh, Lord. Somebody talk to her. I wonder what the medium age is of the people in that photo. Well, it's none of my business. Anyway, our good friend here, the Ministry of Hacks, he's on the what do you call it? The TikTok? Well, he's had a thing or two to say about Rose, and I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share that with you. And as he say, come for me if you must.
Leak the story. Is this some kind of hard soft launch, the hardest soft launch ever? We don't know. Before we dig into it, you know the score. Come at me if you like. I really don't care. So there's been rumors about William's friendship with...
Sorry.
With Rose for over a decade. And by the way, just before we dig into this article has now been removed. I cannot find it in the British version of this digital media page anywhere. I think that says a lot about how many lawyers are on standby, even on a Sunday evening, to make articles that people don't like disappear. I strongly suspect that this has been leaked by Kensington Palace themselves, by the way. Is this a soft launch? Is it the hardest soft launch ever? Is this digital media publication trolling William deliberately for a reason that we don't know? What do I think? So let's just look at some of the data there. If you look behind William's friend Rose, the chairs are the same as in the smaller digital image as Camilla. Does that mean that they were actually together, as in they were a social party? I don't think so. I think all the chairs in the VIP area where the most expensive tickets will be sold. And of course, these people would not be in anywhere else. They have no concept of not being in the best place. They were probably in the same area. Were they in the same social gathering? I think there would have been pictures of them together by the paparazzi if they were in the same social party. Is it a drip, drip, drip to the general public to expect further news about the friendship between Rose and William? Absolutely. In my humble opinion, it's absolutely a drip, drip, drip. Watch this space. More information is coming. What do you think? Comments are open as usual. Please try and be respectful. Have a brilliant Monday. See you.
So, thank you, Ministry of Hacks. Well, I do have some updated information on what he just mentioned. He wants to know whether or not they were a party there together. And as in, maybe someone was invited to join them. It could have just been the social gathering as usual. Well, I do have some updated information. Okay, so take this right here. Rose Hanbury appears to wear the same Lockhatter's Tiffany droop brim hat in black as Kate. And if you don't get that reference, I recognize that silhouette from the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. And in the movie, Miss Golightly, Holly Golightly, she, that is, of course, Audrey Hepburn, she wore a hat very similar, if not identical to that, where it just seems to kind of drop, you know, and frame her face in that kind of way. And of course, she wore the big dark sunglasses and everything. Very, very iconic look, right? So, by wearing this hat, it seems as though she's, I don't know, how do they always say it in the tabloids? Looks like she's giving a nod. She's sending a cue, right? They always say somebody's channeling or sending a nod. So maybe she missed her best friend or her rural rivalry, as they used to call them. Whatever the case may be, this is not the first time that that's happened. As a matter of fact, the Aquazera pumps, she's worn the black pair, just like Kate, who, of course, was sending a nod to Meghan, or a provocation in some corners. But yeah, so there was that. And then, of course, I think they wore black and white on the same occasion, almost similar outfits. So yeah, it seems as though they have the same taste in clothing, or someone is sending a message. I'm not sure what it means. I don't know if it's a message of solidarity or hostility. It almost seems like someone's marking their territory, allegedly. Now, you see there, that is the article that he was speaking of. I'm pretty sure that that article, well, you know what? Let me, before I say it's still available, maybe it's not. Maybe sometimes when you go back to try to find it, it's not always so easy to find. But whatever the case may be, Rose Hanbury, the Marchioness of Cholmondeley, attends the final day of the badminton horse trials alongside Queen Camilla and the Tyndalls. Um, and of course, just for fun, I threw in the old cover of the In Touch magazine, The Woman Who Knows Too Much. Um, Now, that's another one that might be hard to find. I don't know. But this is why he's saying soft launch, because even though I believe the Stephen Colbert people heard from somebody's lawyers after his jokes during the Where is Kate saga, it seems as though there's still the drip, drip, drip of things coming out. And especially, I mean, you look at that blue power suit that she's wearing, if you can call it a power suit. No, is she wearing denim? Well, it doesn't seem like a well, I don't know. It doesn't seem like such an important label, or it seems almost casual, but whatever it is, um, it at a glance, you'd be like, oh, is that Kate? Of course, with her being so close to the queen consort, and if none of this Where's Kate stuff happened, you would probably, see all the hair all over the place, and see the suit and think, oh no, that's not Kate, that's Rose. So there you go. And then, okay, and then there's this. I still don't get this chart right here, but as they say, there's degrees of separation, and it seems like all of those people seem to be loosely connected to each other in some, because they're the toffs, they're the upper crust, they're top drawer. They're the people that have gone to Eton and St. Andrews and all that kind of stuff. So, but the big difference is Rose comes from a good family, a prominent family, whereas Kate, well, they were the ones accused of being the social climbers. Lex says, geez, and this sister's wives, is this sister wives? William really wanted Meghan, didn't he? All this cosplaying, the hat that Kate, that is, wore was eerily similar to Meghan's of the year before. Yes, it was. It was very similar. I don't think she had ever wore that hat before Meghan wore it to the what was that? Whatever that is, where they have that ceremony. Um, Remembrance Day. Meghan wore her hat on Remembrance Day, and the next thing you know, Kate had a very similar hat the next year. But in Rose's case, it's not just similar, it's identical. Thank you so much, Legs. And oh, one more. Let me see. Rohini says, Kitty, if you need to do a panorama interview, call Baron at Royal Sussex. Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Legs, and thank you, Rohini. I would love to do a panorama style interview with Kate. The only thing is, I'm going to have to get some captioning, right? We're going to have to use some captioning. I am going to need a teleprompter because someone's going to have to tell me, what did she say? Yeah. So as long as we can get some in the moment captioning, or at least give me some, scripted answers, which is probably good for her too. But yeah, just have her write down what she needs to say. As otherwise, we'll be there all day. It'll be fall before we're done with that interview. Of course, we could always reach. No, I'll reach out to Kensington Palace later. Okay, so and then, of course, why this photo didn't win the Pulitzer Prize, the prestigious Peabody Award, the Nobel Peace Prize, and some of everything else, I don't know. This is that one picture that says 1,000 words. Hidden behind that mass of blonde hair, that is David Rock Savage, who is married to Rose, who is several years her senior, who was said to have been best of friends and then rural rival with Kate, who is married to Willie Leaks. Now, if you go back the other direction, William is the next king. Kate is a commoner that married into that family, and Rose already has some blue blood. And then she married David, who it has been reported just really needed some heirs for the family title, and that he maintains allegedly a very alternative life in France, which is not unusual for the landed gentry who may have married for reasons less than, shall we say, honorable, allegedly. So, considering he may be batting for the other team, Rose has all the money that she'll ever need to spend. She has one of the finest manor houses in all of Britain, and she's reasonably attractive. She used to model, and I think she had a set of twins, and then another child or something like that. I don't know how many kids she got, but she has just about everything someone in that level, in that part of the pyramid could ever possibly want. And considering that, it would be considered okay amongst the toffs if you wanted to dip off somewhere. Not saying that she has, and of course, we have been told that there is no merit to the idea that there was some relationship. I don't know if we have been told that directly or indirectly, but until we know better, we should just accept what they say, no matter how many times it has been said that is otherwise. And of course, there has been a string of memes that have come out depicting a connection between the two. Oh, you know what? This one is cut off because on the left side, there was actually an image of the Missing in Action Princess, and I got the wrong one. But yeah, there's another version of this where there's the Missing in Action Princess, and I believe she was handcuffed to a radiator or something. It was very funny, and I can't remember. Is this? I think this is Cold War Steve. Although I have to say, Cloud Nugget is getting so good at these things that sometimes I can't tell one from the other. So hats off to both artists because it is definitely a skill set needed to come up with these very creative reimagined images. So, um, yep, I like them. Okay, let me see. See if I can find that one really fast. No bueno. I cannot. That's too bad. Or can I? Oh, there's one that I even missed. Well, you know what? I got to throw that in there because I just missed out on one. You know, I collect these. Honestly, I do. I collect these. So, yeah, that's got to join the mix, I'm afraid. Oh, no wonder it didn't come up. Okay. That's okay. Sorted. It is all sorted. Okay. Oh, I love this one. And it's sad too because I don't know who put that one together, but that one is super clever. Okay. Oh, and what about this one? What about this one? Okay. Okay, I'll throw that one in there too. Okay, one more. And then I'll be right back with you guys. Oh, blasted. And don't you know, I didn't find the one I was looking for. Oh, well, no bother. Either that or it just wasn't it. Okay, let me grab those really fast. And I will get right back with you. So we have this one and oh, that's fun. That is fun. Okay, coming up. Check it out. Check it out. It is Christmas time at Chumley Hall. It is Christmas time at Chumley Hall. Be there, be square. I love these. I love these. Now you got to admit that is clever. You have to admit that that is pretty clever. What's funny too is that I have had the opportunity to do some of these myself, and I don't think I've ever done any of them with them. So, um, anyway, I'll make that my project for the weekend is to throw together one of those. I don't want to be left out. Yeah, I don't want to be left out of that one. Oh, okay, okay. One more. Check it out. Check it out. This one, I know this is Cold War Steve. I know this one is Cold War, Steve. Do you see the little Easter egg in the image? Do you see the Easter egg? Please tell me you do. There's someone lurking behind the hedges, perhaps? Which, of course, is no longer just the boxwood, now is rose bushes. Oh, oh, Lord, forgive me. Forgive me. And of course, this one was one of the more recent ones. Yes, looking over the bushes. Now, to all the side pieces, never give up on your dreams. That was a meme that was floating around for the coronation. And then here on the right, the Real Housewives of Buckingham Palace. Yes, this is another one of those Andy Cohen productions. That's why Andy Cohen has been going back and forth to the UK. He's trying to get a new franchise. The Real Housewives of Manchester, the Real Housewives of Cardiff, and of course, to start it off, it's going to be the Real Housewives of Buckingham Palace. And let's see, there is the unveiling of that portrait. I think the artist should have had them sit for the portrait because it seems like he painted the wrong lady. And of course, during the Queen's funeral, that one came out. And then there on the right, that represents last Christmas. I know. I know. And these are all for art. This is not to say that we know something that nobody else does, because as far as we know, this is all unsubstantiated. And of course, you can see Rose wearing those Aquazera pumps on Christmas Day, which of course she wasn't there, so she couldn't have possibly have worn them on Christmas Day. She wore them to another occasion. Wasn't that what she wore to the coronation? I think. Anyway, she can get a pair in white for her coronation, if there is one. And let me see, what do we have there? Who is the Marchioness of Cholmondeley, Prince William and Kate's Norfolk neighbor who encouraged the princess festival visit? The princess's festival. Remember, they said that Kate went to some kind of rave party or something like that. They were making up well, they said in Tatler that Rose was the one who encouraged her to go. I think that story was supposed to put to rest some of those rumors. And then, of course, there's like an architectural digest photo of William and his neighbor. And like a good neighbor, Hanbury's there. I mean, they should have a commercial just like the what is it? State Farm. And just like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, just like a good neighbor, Rose Hanbury is there. Jules Ryder, thank you so much for being here. Yes, just like a good neighbor, the Marchioness of Cholmondeley is there. And just like a good neighbor, the Marchioness of Cholmondeley is there. And then, of course, there is Prince William alleged mistress, heavy A on the alleged, Rose Hanbury divorcing husband after possible discovery made about her daughter. Well, that is Marca, and Marca is known for their sensationalized headlines. We have no evidence that anything like that is bound to happen. As a matter of fact, I just don't see any merit to any of this stuff. It might be fun to talk about, but I don't believe there's any merit to it. Um, and of course, there is the very famous portrait of Will and Kate at the National Gallery. Well, that has also been reimagined. So if anything changes drastically in the next couple years, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that someone has had to go back and do some things to a art piece. There's a whole lot of those old portraits when they put them through the X-ray, they find out that there's a whole nother image back there. So, oh well. Now, and Richard Eden was one of the first people. Now, see, this is the way they used to write stuff before the Duchess of Sussex showed up. Mystery of the Duchess of Cambridge's alleged rural rival with the Marchioness of Cholmondeley, former model wife. Marquess of Cholmondeley, former model wife Rose Hanbury. Now you see there, that was what, 3/16/2019. So that was just before the Sussexes left. And I'm trying to remember if the invisible contract was in full effect at that point. Because I think it was when things really got worse, it was when Harry turned down the payoff, and William did take a payoff and didn't tell Harry anything about it. And I think it was in 2020 that deal was sealed. So this was a year before the Sussexes left, right? So we'll see. We'll see. I have to go back and check those timelines. Let me see. As much fun as this, I feel sorry for Kitty. No woman deserves this disrespect. This is true. This is true. But isn't it what Charles said that really explains it? Didn't Charles tell Diana, "Do you expect me to be the first Prince of Wales to not have a mistress?" I think that's the way that storyline worked. Do you really believe that I will be the first Prince of Wales to not have a mistress? So it's kind of expected. Now, it is not to say, again, I have to caution, especially for the sakes of the lawyers listening, one should not assume that William is doing anything of the sort, because so far there's no evidence. There's just a bunch of rumors and hearsay. And interestingly enough, the people that used to say these things, like Richard Eden, no longer reports anything negative about the Cambridges, is all day, all year attacks on the Sussexes. Leg says Dan Wooten came for the Sussexes during the summer. The summer of 2019? Is that what it was? Thank you so much for the super chat. And well, speaking of the woo woo, take a look there on the right side. Royal rival. Kate Middleton has fallout with glamorous best friend and tells Prince William to phase her out. The Duchess of Cambridge views Rose Hanbury as a rural rival, and the fallout is much worse than first thought. So, and that was in March of 2019. You see there? They were both singing from the same hymn book at the time. March of 2019, March of 2019. Enters the invisible contract, and all of that suddenly and abruptly stopped. Raffaella Bertoni, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching tonight. This is why it is so important to keep these receipts. So when they try to do a snow job, and I mean whiteout conditions, they try to blind you so much to what actually happened. But the timeline is very important where this is concerned, because it's consistent with what Harry was saying, that after he turned them down because they really wanted to settle with him and he refused. He wanted to make sure that these things were made part of a public record. He did not want to get into bed with the same people that cost his mother her life. And that, of course, is the tabloids' um, very, very persistent and consistent, rather, pursuit of more and more photos. And those, the price they were asking for those photos was like putting a bounty on the Princess of Wales. And if you believe that everything that happened was just an accident, well, it's all well and good for the tabloids to blame the photographers, but who was paying them? Who was paying them? Because there was a record amount paid for a photograph not long before she died mysteriously and tragically in that tunnel in Paris. So, who was paying for that photo? Did anybody ever ask the photographers? The timeline is very, very important. Just like what I just said, that there was a record amount paid for a photograph. Now, unfortunately, as far as I'm concerned, the Crown tried to rewrite history by putting all the blame on the little brown foreigner and his son. They tried to put all the blame on these foreign photographers, right? Everything was so foreign and so out of their control, except for one thing, the payoff. Whoever was going to pay for those photos, that's the direction that people should look, okay? Unless it was something more sinister. Thank you, Rafaela Bertoni. And thank you, Lex. Yep, unless it was something more sinister. You know how they say there are no accidents. And then here's a collection of these front pages. Of course, I don't necessarily believe anything they say. Just like the one that said that Charles had cancer. Um, well, we know how. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Anyway, and what about that one that said that Kate had Oh, well, we know how that. Well, anyway, I don't necessarily believe these papers as wasn't that the worst acting since the last let me see who's a bad actor. But anyway, that was the worst acting since the last so and so's movie. But yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. Did you guys get enough yet, or should I go to the next slide? Uh, all right. So this is what I was saying. I have some updated information about what the Ministry of Hack was saying. You know what that is? Take a look on the left side. Camilla wore that dog of a dress when she sat next to that black man, right? That's what she has on in the upper left corner. Rose wore that very casual looking blazer and perhaps some denim pants, trousers, with the blazer and a button down shirt, right? And that unattended hair. Well, if you look in the upper left corner, what is she wearing? So, Ministry of Hacks asked the question, was it like a prearranged outing together? Or what should I say? Yeah, was it meant for them to see each other? Did they see each other, or did they just happen to be there at the same time? Whatever the case may be, there she is, giggling and laughing with Camilla. It's almost as though someone is saying, well, if we just stick to the plan, you could be just like me. You could be the next me. All you got to do is follow what I tell you, dear. and you could be the next me. Just do as I say. Uh, of course, that is just a bunch of gossip. Nothing like that is true. Is it? Yeah, nothing like that is true. But let's assume that it is possible. I mean, because after all, the impossible was possible for Camilla, and people bought it hook, line, and sinker. Well, if somebody far more attractive than Camilla came down the pike and said, "Listen, I want to do that too," I think that it could actually, I think it could actually work out for someone who is younger and more attractive. Queen Camilla and William Clements, Vice President of Global Sponsorship and Sport Marketing for Mars, attend the final day of the badminton horse trials in Gloucestershire. So that's who the uh, gentleman who appears to be of African descent, that's who that is sitting next to Camilla. Let me see. Amber Rowan, Rose is, what is that? Yes, of course. She knows what time it is. And at the pulled pork picnic, oh, the pulled pork picnic. I love it. The pulled pork picnic. I hope y'all picking up what she's putting down. Of course, the pulled pork picnic. I mean, those picnics, that's how you get stuff done. Anytime things are not going your way, you just say, "Hello, hello, is this the Daily Mail? Senior Royal here. Yes, I have some information about a pulled pork sandwich. Yes, yes, I tell you. Hello." Thank you, Amber Rowan, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Yep, them old pulled pork sandwiches, they'll get you every time. They'll get you every time. Anyway, that's that if that photo is accurate and authentic, nowadays you really have to second guess. But if that photo is accurate and authentic, then that means that they have been social with each other, and that's all it means. It doesn't mean that anything nefarious is going on. Doesn't mean that at all. But it's fun to think about. Now, let's change the subject, shall we? Titles, styles, and arms. Meghan became a princess of the United Kingdom upon marriage to Prince Harry, entitled to the style of Royal Highness. After her marriage, she was styled HRH, Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. She also holds the title of the Countess of Dumbarton and the Baroness of Kilkeel. And what else is that? She is the first person to hold the title Duchess of Sussex. Following the Duke and Duchess's decision to step back from royal duties in 2020, the couple agreed not to use their style of Royal Highness in practice, but they are still referred as His and Her Royal Highness in legal settings. During Meghan's trip to Nigeria, and this is what I wanted to show you, is that they have updated the information on the Wikipedia. Alfred Chibi, the Obi of Anitsha, and the Oba Abdul Rashid Akambi, the Alawu of Iwu, gave her the chieftaincy title of Ada Mazi, which is translated daughter of the Igbo ancestor palace, and the Ada Takumbo which is translated royal from across the seas. Now, someone said these are not 100% accurate, and I think that they may have missed or haven't added all of the information. But yeah, so that is from the Wikipedia. They did update it. So I don't know how you go about correcting this. I know they used to have it where you could correct these things, but anyway, that's the updated Wikipedia. So that's very cool that they did that. And getting the information accurate, that is a process. So give them time, have faith. And check it out here. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle meet Save the Children staff in Nigeria. I saw this and I almost couldn't believe it. With everything that they've done from the time Meghan sat in the Windsor wing, the Windsor Lounge at Heathrow Airport, patiently waiting for Harry, to the time they went back home, I could not believe that they could have possibly. How is it possible that they could have fit another anything into what was already a full schedule? I don't know how it's possible, but apparently they were able to do the impossible. They literally had an entire like another meeting, and I just don't know how. It seems like they did not sleep. And if you want to get a better look at the image there it is right there. Um, and I was skeptical. I'm like, because people post things and sometimes you don't see the date and you don't know if it's something new or consistent. But yeah, it is. It says Duke and Duchess attend event after invitation from global ambassador Misan Harriman. So this is one of Misan's things here. Let me see. They met with the Save the Children staff and youth ambassador Miriam uh, and Purity during their visit to Abuja. There we go, Abuja. Um, and then it also goes on to say that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were invited to an event by the charity global ambassador. Again, that is Misan Harriman. What else? Oh, at the event, Meghan and Harry was introduced to two youth ambassadors. Oh, I just said that before, who spoke about their work addressing issues ranging from child marriage to gender based violence, access to education and healthcare, and the plight of internally displaced children. So let me see. Miriam and Purity said, it was an immense privilege to meet the Duke and Duchess of Sussex during their visit to Abuja. Abuja. I always say that differently every time. For us and for the children, the young people in Nigeria that we represent, together we spoke about our work as Save the Children ambassadors to ensure children stay safe, learning, and healthy, and the importance of having young people's voices heard. Um, I'm sorry, having young people's voices at the heart of decision making when those decisions affect our future. Oh, you should be glad I muted the mic for that one. Oh boy. Hold on a second. 1 second. Okay, but I promise you, I'm feeling much better today. So, together, we spoke about our work to save the children's youth ambassadors to ensure that children stay safe, learning, and healthy, and the importance of having young people's voices at the heart of decision making when those decisions affect our lives. We know the scale of the issues children face, but we will not stop fighting for a Nigeria in which all children go to school and all have access to life saving immunization against disease. You know, I thought it was going to be another one of those things that causes me to blush, but fortunately, that was not part of it. Oh, thank goodness. You know how I am about that topic. I will do whatever I can to support the cause, long as I don't have to say it. Okay. Um, but that's let me see what else do we have here. There's more to it. Okay. Oh, wait, did I do that one? No. That was that one. And then there's this one. Okay. Oh, and and there's the big group shot. What am I doing here? Okay, that's nope. And go there. So, Prince Harry and Meghan's nonprofit organization, Archwell Foundation, donated funds to save the children for the humanitarian flood response in Nigeria in 2022. So, see you guys. Harry and Meghan have, thank you so much, Lydia. I'm going to put this up here. Pin message. Harry and Meghan, when they go to these tours, even though they're no longer members of the royal family, they have supported these agencies that they have visited. They have supported them already. They go in there, and when they hug and embrace people for these various charities, it's not just for the cameras. These are people that they have been in Zoom call conversations, that they have already met, which is so different from the rest of that family. Very different. So there's an authenticity that people try to deny. But believe me, a lot of those trolls and such, and especially the Royal Roaders, they know that Harry and Meghan have relationships with these people. It's not just for the cameras. They have been in touch. They have done the work. They have hit the ground running, and they have a very good working knowledge of what these agencies need, what they have, and how they can help. Full stop. So, Gemma Sherrington, the UK CEO for Save the Children, said, "We're honored that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex took time out of their busy schedule in Nigeria to learn about the work Save the Children does alongside our youth advocates and partners to ensure children don't just survive but thrive. Child champions and youth ambassadors are the beating heart of our work in Nigeria. So, for two of them to have this opportunity to speak with the prince and princess and to shine the spotlight on our tireless advocacy to protect the rights of children is phenomenal. Last week, Harry was seen chatting and playing games with bereaved military children as he made a surprise visit to a charity event in London. Harry spent the afternoon with 50 children and young people ages between 6 to 22 who have experienced the death of a military parent. So, um, okay. Yeah. So, anyway, that's were that. So those are the two young people that they spoke to, right? And again, there is the group, and there's Misan standing next to Harry. So cheers to the Sussexes. This is why we love them so much, because they work so hard. They work so hard. All right. Oh, yeah. A little smile and wave. That's all they're good for. A little smile and a little wave. I haven't done that one for a while. Shall we? For old time's sakes? Um, uh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than financial.
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than financial.
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So
Okay, that was fun. But sometimes that's all they can do. Okay, what's coming up next? So, if you were wondering what was in the orange bag, right? Let me see. What did I say? What was in Princess Meghan's gift bag? Well, that's the lady. You may remember her from here. Remember this? And that's the one that did I show you the video for that one? I think I did. Meghan had gave her looked inside of what we thought was a Hermes bag, but it's not. Well, you know what? It could be. It could be. I don't know that it's not. Yep, it very well may be. Let me go back here. So, okay, that's kind of small, but let's see what we can do. Okay, I just made it bigger for me. So it says royal exclusive Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's epic trip to Nigeria. It's the story that has broken the internet. The South London press showbiz is delving inside of London's most famous export, Prince Harry and wife Meghan Markle's epic trip to Nigeria. We can exclusively reveal Meghan, who recently discovered she is part Nigerian, was given a string of stunning new names befitting with the culture to officially welcome her in. So, okay, don't make me do those. I'm a Wally, Ada Mazi, Ada Tukumbo, Amira. Oh, that wasn't bad. Are just a few of the names that she has received while here, says former Chatham girl and media sensation Stephanie Bazuri Bedaham, who was right there covering the action after receiving a personal invite. Okay, so we found out that she was invited, right? Continue. In a very sweet moment, Meghan and Harry were gifted sensational bespoke teddy bears. That's what was in the bag. Teddy bears for children Archie and Lily, designed by talented local teenager Grace from the Grace Teddies brand she launched when she was just 5 years old. Grace is the daughter of Stephanie, who is the award-winning CNN Nigeria bureau chief and senior editor, Africa, and she couldn't be more proud of her child's entrepreneurial achievements. Neither could the Duchess of Sussex, who was besotted with the teddies. Just look at her reaction from our exclusive video online as she pulled Stephanie in for a hug after receiving her glam goodie bag, which, of course, let me see, where is that at? Oh, the other way. That's the orange bag. See the top middle photo? Meghan looks in the bag and then she pulls her in for an embrace. Proud South Londoner Stephanie, who now lives in Nigeria, gave extraordinary insight into the couple on their visit. Okay, continue. Oh, let me show you a picture. There we go. So you can see there, 9-year-old Grace Basari launches a new brand to help homeless children in Nigeria. So this is just a couple of screenshots of the Instagram. So yeah, I took a couple of screenshots of the Instagram. I never heard of it before today, but there you have it. So these are designed by young Grace, and I assume that they're made in Nigeria, and they're to help homeless children. So, win-win. Especially for the kids that are impacted from the sale of these. And think about it too. Entrepreneur is born. You know how they say a star is born? Well, now you can see in real time an entrepreneur is born. So yeah, I like this story. And there you go. Let me go over here. Oh, all right, so let me see. She said, "Wow, what a weekend that was, flying to Abuja to cover the Duke and Duchess of Sussex visit. I truly didn't know what to expect. I was very pleasantly surprised. They are fun, caring, loved up, compassionate, total naturals with a crowd." Really? Meghan and Harry? But I thought, what was that vicious, awful royal correspondent said? Didn't Meghan elbow somebody? And she wouldn't let her take a photo near Harry, and she just took her arm, and she went, uh, uh, uh. I couldn't believe it. She was just, it was so rude, and you couldn't get past her. She tried to take, and she just took her arm and she went, uh, uh, uh. Ah, so knowing how Megan is, according to Angela Levin, who never lies, but knowing how Megan is, and of course, who doesn't trust the troll? When the troll speaks, you know it's coming from their little plastic, molded, um, synthetic heart. So it must be true. And she just and she and when she tried to take a photo near Harry, and she just took her arm and she went, uh uh uh. So nice try. What is it, Stephanie? That's a nice try, but we all know how Megan is. To see Harry sitting on the floor to play volleyball with disabled servicemen was something, and he showed such compassion too during his hospital visit to Kaduna. Oh, you didn't hear that one either, did you? And he was so rude. He told the guy, um, uh, you have to name it. You have to name your injury, right? And I mean, I'm serious. She did do that. Harry told the guy, "Have you named it yet?" Harry said, "You should give it a name. You have to give it a name." But according to Angela Levin, Harry forced him to name it. And oh my God. Every little thing that she could make something out of nothing, she did it. It was a private visit that looked like a royal tour in all but name. So happy that Harry and Meghan visited Nigeria to shine the spotlight on our injured servicemen and women, Invictus Games, and mental health, and to dispel a few myths about Nigeria being a dangerous place. Also, wonderful to see Meghan celebrated and welcomed as per what is that? Naja girl. Welcome Omawali Adamazi Adakumbo Amira. Meanwhile, young Grace has revealed the inspiration behind the incredible teddy bears. When I was 5, I moved to Nigeria with my mom. I cried when I saw children begging on the streets, and I always knew I wanted to help them in any way I could. She said, "Wow, that's a weekend that was flying to that place to cover the Duke and Duchess of Sussex visit. I truly didn't know what to expect. It was very pleasant surprise there. Oh, I must have did that one twice. All right, so that's that. Let me move on to the next thing. Eh, eh, and she was just so rude about it. Eh, eh. Oh, there's more. Let me see here. Anyway, I think I'm done with that one. Let me see. Anything important there? So, no. It looks like I did some of this twice. Okay, let's go on to something else. Okay. How did I do that? Oh, there we go. I did the titles already. I must have done that out of order. But seeing that we're here, you can see the titles that were given by the individual kings. So it's kind of hard to see. But the okay, so the one who said that his wife was beautiful, remember when she stood up? He was the one on the microphone. And then bottom left, okay, yeah, so upper left, that was the one that was on the microphone. And then the bottom left, he what was the name he gave her? Oh, it doesn't have the translation for the name. I'm sorry. But anyway, you can recognize the individual kings with the individual titles. And of course, thank you to the squatty who put this together. So there's that. Oh, okay. We'll just go on to something else. All right. Yeah, quite despicable. I agree with you. Hey, B. Thomas, thank you for being here. Right? Yeah, those teddy bears. I love when something has a great story. And plus, the way kids think nowadays, kids always like to do things helpful and sustainable. And I think any child who's gifted one of those teddy bears, knowing that it's going to help other children, I mean, children always have, had that type of generosity. They've had that generous spirit. I think most of us have when we were children said, "Oh, I want to help these people. I want to help someone." Remember back in the old days with the pen pals and stuff like that? So, and I remember I subscribed to, was it Save the Children? Oh no, it was World Vision. I think I did a World Vision donation when I was a kid. So anyway, there is Dr. Shola. Good morning, fam. Have a blessed Sunday and a great start to your week ahead. I will, by God's grace. Anyway, this is a old photo, and that's what the caption was with the photo. But I made a screenshot out of it that I used some time ago. I thought it would be a nice introduction to this. Spot the difference? So desperate to racially abuse and denigrate Meghan Markle, Nigeria, her country of ancestry, is compared to Nazi Germany, and her son Archie being compared to a chimpanzee. When challenged, note the gaslighting words unanticipated never occurred to me. You understand? So the one who said Nazi Germany says unanticipated. That's what he said, and that was his reason for deleting the tweet. And the other one, oh, it never occurred to me. That was Danny Baker when he posted the chimpanzee picture. Oh, it never occurred to me. In other words, he didn't realize that there would be any reference to Archie being of mixed race and his mother being of mixed race. And of course, you know the rest. Um, Never occurred to me. White people used to deny their racism. Case in point, vulture Christopher Wilson and Danny Baker. White supremacy is a sickness. Yeah, that is a very good comparison. That is a very good comparison. In both cases, the gaslighting. That is what makes that's the thing that makes racism even worse is the gaslighting, because the gaslighting is a convenient way out. It is a, what does they say in Monopoly, get out of jail free card. It is a way to make it okay for this person to not be canceled. Like Jeremy Clarkson sending his non-apology on Christmas Eve. And of course, by doing it on Christmas Eve, when people are thinking about forgiveness and family, right? And optimistic about the coming year, that's the best time to send something, because anyone who couldn't accept that apology on Christmas, you know what I'm saying? It is to make you feel as though, oh, he must have really been torn up about the things he said about Meghan because he chose Christmas of all times to apologize. What a bunch of hooey. Connie Balmer! Hey, Connie Balmer. Connie Balmer, I have to tell you, I have something in my mailbox. I'm just saying, there's something in my mailbox. Not saying it has anything to do with anybody here tonight. I haven't picked it up yet, but there's something in my mailbox. So I'll let you know. But I mean, I could see it, but I just haven't gotten it yet. But when I'm in that part of town, I will definitely grab it. So thank you so much, whoever sent something to my mailbox. That's all. That's all. Okay. Now, apropos the gaslighting, do you guys recognize this face? It's someone who could be related to Uncle Ruckus. I mean, this is. I never heard of this person before today. Never heard of this person before today. However, they were the talk of the town. They were the talk of the town. And because I care about your mental health, I won't even share the worst of it. I won't even share the worst of it. However, there was a, I guess it's an apology. Yeah, he says it's an apology. That's what he says. Okay, so he says it's an apology. Um, I recently made a mistake regarding Meghan Markle's racial identity. I incorrectly stated that she identifies as white. I have since learned that she has always identified as biracial. I regret the error and appreciate those who corrected me. This experience reminded me. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see this post before it disappeared. Um, and you see, it cuts off. It needed to be expanded, and I didn't get a chance to see it. Also, I don't know why the cinnamon rolls. I don't know why he included the cinnamon rolls. I don't know if that is some kind of cheek or snark along with the remark, or if it's genuinely an apology. But let me tell you something. If you could see some of the other stuff that he had tweeted about our Duchess, our princess, if you could see some of the other stuff. Now, apparently, this person lives in Stockholm. And I don't know if he's got a new form of Stockholm syndrome or what's going on with him, but he says he's a political scientist. He has the blue check mark. He joined in 2021. This, of course, is X, formerly known as Twitter. Voices on silence fight for equity across continents. In a world teeming with injustice, the lyrics of a song resonate deeply across continents, echoing the sentiment of those oppressed in Africa, the Caribbean, and the African Americas. These words paint a vivid picture of whatever else it says. Oh, you guys, like I said, I am protecting your mental health. I will not share some of the other stuff that he's tweeted. But before he could hide or conceal those tweets, people took some screenshots. But we may never get a chance to see them again because this happened. Like most cowards, like most cowards who do not have the strength of conviction, he decided to hide it. Yep, these posts are protected. Now they are. Now they are. Okay. Okay, so it may be just as nefarious as it appears. Okay. I'm surprised he didn't use some other representation. So, in other words, he's calling somebody a sugar, perhaps, allegedly. Okay. Yeah, first he posted that, and then the account just kind of disappeared. But that's what they do. They say the darndest things, and the next thing you know, first they lock their account, and then they just close it. This account doesn't exist. See there, Robert D. Jobson, and the D is for deluxe because anything that Robert Jobson orders, he always gets the deluxe. So that's what the D in Robert Jobson stands for. It stands for double and it stands for deluxe because anytime he orders from a restaurant, he always orders double, right? So it's Robert Double Deluxe. Robert Double My Order Jobson. Yep. That's what's happening here. But he's a terrible person, you guys. He is terrible by all accounts. He quotes and articulates the derangers and of course the racial tropes and such, the innuendos, all of it. He's capable of it. It's really a shame. It's really a shame. And coming from a person of African descent, it hurts that much more. It really does. It hurts that much more. And unfortunately, you guys, I think a monster was born today because there was a video that popped up in my feed from a content creator I've never seen before. I'm not going to share the picture and I'm certainly not going to share the name, but I looked through her stats and she only has one video that has ever gotten over 100,000 views. She has one video that has only once has she ever gotten a video that has gotten more than 1,000 views, as far as I can tell. And she has a little channel. She appears to be Nigerian, and she sounds like she's Nigerian. And she has nothing good to say about Meghan, right? But the reason why I say a monster is born is because I looked through the comments, I looked at the numbers, and I guarantee you, everything that comes out of her channel from henceforth is going to be about Meghan. I can guarantee you that. And thus, a monster is born. I'm going to keep an eye on her channel. Now, of course, after I saw that, what did I do? What do I always say you should do? I quickly deleted it from my history, because if you don't, not only will it come back to me, it's going to come to you. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when I tell you guys, it is so important to delete those things from your history, because not only is it going to come back to you, but because we are part of a collective thing, it is going to come to you, you, and you. So always go to your history. If you accidentally click on a video that you know is going to trash the Sussexes, quickly go to your history and delete it. So that way, the algorithm will make sure that it doesn't come back to you again. Also, not interested. Those three dots, not interested. And that will make sure it doesn't come back. So I'm going to wait a little while and I will tell you how this person progresses, because I got a feeling that she has just been covered in stardust, because the derangers are like, finally, somebody with some sense. I like the way that. You know what I mean? That's what happens. She had a channel where she talked about all kind of stuff, but now it's going to be all Meghan all day. I guarantee you. Do you know the last time I had a video that had over 100,000 views? Me either, because it's rare that that happens. But for this person who's used to just getting a few hundred views, she makes one video about the Sussexes in Nigeria, and now she has a video that has about 150,000 views. That's how it happens. And she's big and black. And I mean, she takes up the whole screen. Yep, that's just what the derangers want. There's no ambiguities. She's black. And that's just what they want. Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you. I mean, and the stuff that she was saying, it's okay. It's okay that someone doesn't like Meghan. That's okay. But she used all of the talking points from the what do you call it? from the royal rota. Like, for instance, she says that her uncle is a Nigerian king and that she loves her uncle, or is it her nephew? Anyway, she said, so I'm kind of royal myself. But if Meghan and Harry, if they do this and they said that and they did this and they did that, they should give up those titles. She started off really calm, but I promise you, you could just go down a list of talking points. Check, check. And of course, she said that Meghan's accusations of racism, the Sussexes said that the baby's skin color came up. It was the tabloids who used the word racist. It wasn't Harry and Meghan, not about the royal family. And this woman who says that she doesn't care for, and this is what she said. She said she doesn't care for monarchies, right? She doesn't care about the British monarchy, but yet she said everything she could to defend that institution. And I mean, defend them, she did. She spoke up for them in a way that they don't speak up for themselves. So that lets you know her starting off by saying that she don't really care about the monarchy anyway. And then she launched all these attacks against Harry and Meghan, mostly Meghan, of course. That lets you know how disingenuous she is. I didn't leave a comment. God knows I wanted to. I wanted to, but I didn't. But I'm telling you, it was so methodical. And I'm thinking, oh, this is a Nigerian woman. I thought she was going to say something good about the Sussex's visit, right? Nope, it was the opposite. It was the opposite. That was all a ploy to lure you in. And then next thing you know, she went on the attack. So that's what happened to me today. That's what happened to me. Of course, I hope that her whole social media is a complete failure. Let me see, 146,149 views. Let me see what else. Yeah. You know what? I should have known something was up when she, I thought it was like a language barrier, but it wasn't. She referred to Meghan as his half black American wife. I should have known when that was in the description that it was going to be trouble. I should have known. Oh, she's on Twitter and I got a burner account. I'm going to be up all night, y'all. She's on Twitter and I got a burner account. Ooh, I'm going to have some fun tonight. She's on Twitter and I got a burner account. Well, a very wise man once said, what you won't do, you do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world, only you made me do for love what I would not do. My friends told me use your burner account so that way she won't find you out. I came back to let her know I got a thing for you and I can't let go. Yes. Yes. Now I know. I'm glad I went back and looked at that screenshot I took because I got some work to do. Yep. I got some work to do. It's going to be Operation Burner Account. Yep. I know just what to do. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Y'all helped me sort this out. Another person that blocked me, and I never even went on her timeline. I got blocked by both of these people. I got blocked by both of them. I never went on their timeline. Yeah. But I tell you what, at least I don't have to hear that horrible high-pitched voice anymore. And my lashes fell out. Don't have to hear that no more. Oh, don't worry, Connie Bomber. I know exactly what to do. I know exactly what to do. I'm going to get her. Okay. And then, of course, Pierce Morgan blocked me. Big hog head. But then again, he did block me. Yeah, he did block me. Well, you know what? It's the most honorable thing that you can do is get blocked by these people. Now, about that portrait, there's one person that loves it. And that, of course, is John, I think his name is Laurie Lofton or something like that. That's that little Fruit Loop I met in Windsor on the day of the royal wedding. I met him that day. I said, hey, you're the super fan, right? Yes, I'm a royal supporter. No, I said, you're the super fan. Yes, I'm the royal supporter. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. Anyway, let's take a picture. So I took a selfie with him. Well, let me tell you something. He is about one tree short of a hammock. Really, he is about one tree short of a hammock. He's a nice guy, though. You know, I don't have anything against him. Let me tell you something. I have a lot of respect for him because he loves the royal family. He loves, everything about them. And I don't know that I've ever heard him say anything bad about Harry and Meghan. Although I did hear him say, they should have told the Queen. They really should have. You ought to hear his voice. He sounds just like a hobbit. They should have told the Queen. Yes, they should have told the Queen. No, they couldn't. They shouldn't have done that. They should have told the Queen. But he's nice. He's nice. He loves the royal family, and that's all to it. So I don't begrudge him. That's his life. He's at every event. He goes every place they go. I think I have a respect for his dedication. Oh yes, Mary H. Effing Fruit Loop, if there ever was one. Yep. This is what happens when you turn a box of cereal up on end and start dumping it in the bowl. John rolls out of it. Yep. You get all those multicolored pieces of cereal and the individual that you see on the screen. All of that comes tumbling out that box. So, bright red of the Welsh Guard, endangered monarch butterfly, nod to historic royal portraits, and of course, the military stillness. So, him holding that sword is supposed to represent the stillness of the state, the stillness of the military, nerves of steel, right? Or is it a clever way to hide those sausage fingers? I think he's trying to hide those sausage fingers. You know, that's messed up too. Even in a painting, his fingers look big. Even in a painting, it looks like he has wooden hands. Let me see. Nathan Dixon says, I actually like the portrait too. It's a true representation of a weak man, not a king. Don't know if the artist was trying to depict compassion, but it reads a weakness to me. Oh, thank you for that, Nathan Dixon. I think that is very well said. Blood King of Frogmore with a Dorian Gray twist. Yeah, it's definitely reeks of Dorian Gray. And of course, take a look there on the left. People have taken further license with the image. There is Charles looking like the bouncer to a club called Hell, right? He looks like he's the gatekeeper to hell. And then there on the right side, that is just funny. That is just funny. The big cartoon eyes and the horns and yeah. And what is that? A bone that he's holding? I wonder if that bone represents a missing person. I wonder. Yes, it's a bone that represents a missing person. It's like that old Peggy Lee song. Remember that Peggy Lee song? You give me femurs when you're missing, femurs all through the night. Femurs when I dig you, femurs every time I slice. Everybody's got two femurs. Everybody got some thighs. Femurs. God, that's a twisted song. That is a very, very twisted song. You give me femurs when I dig you, femurs all through the night. Femurs in the morning, femurs every time I slice. Everybody's got two femurs. Everybody's got two thighs. Femurs. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I have to tell you guys a story about one time I was making up a little song. I didn't realize that there was a child nearby. And oh my God, that was so embarrassing. And I told the kid, I said, listen, you don't repeat everything grown folks say. And he just kind of smiled and shook his head. And as soon as he walked away, he screamed it out at the top of his lungs. And that is why I don't like people bringing children around me. I talk too much. Anyway, oh, well, yeah, I mean, if you work in the medical field, then of course these songs help to pass the time, I'm sure. Oh well. No, Misan Harriman actually released a couple of new photos today, actually 4 of them. So yesterday we were gifted these beautiful images of 3 of the chiefs, 3 of the kings, and let me see. there's Harry with two of the kings there, right? Beautiful photos. But Misan is always known for his black and white. So take a look there. Touchdown in what is it? Las Gidi. The moment the Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived in Lagos, Nigeria. So remember, they went to Abuja first, and then they flew on Air Peace, or whatever it is, to Lagos. And then, of course, when they stepped off the plane, he went to work. There you go. So that's one of the new ones. His signature black and white photos. I tell you, I don't know what it is that Misan does to the texture, but see how it almost looks like a dream or something. You know what I mean? It's the way it's focused that gives it so much depth. It just it's black and white, but it seems so alive. I love that. So um genius, absolute genius. And there's this one. Beautiful, beautiful, right? Misan, I hope for professional reasons you're not watching Royal Sussex. And per accountable deniability, I hope that Meghan and Harry are not watching Royal Sussex. I don't ever want those nice people to be associated with this channel. However, if you do happen to watch, I think Misan is just genius. And this one. Yes, probable deniability. It is how some people survive in this world of cancellations, our cancel culture. I don't care though, because I think some people need to be canceled. Well, I tell you, the kid that started repeating everything that I was saying, the father told me, he said, "Don't worry, we will talk to the counselor. I would talk to the school administrator or whatever that he said." He said, "Don't worry, we'll talk to the school and let them know that it's just nothing." And he said, if that doesn't work, maybe a little counseling, and he'll be all right. We'll get him some therapy. I said, good, because I would hate for his life to get weird. I mean, it was one of those like double entendres that kind of goes over your head. But I told him, I said, listen, you don't repeat everything you hear, right? And he just smiled and shook his head. And then when he walked away, he just started screaming it. I won't tell you what it was. It's too embarrassing. But if that wasn't enough, you know how kids say every syllable of the word and they jump like they're playing hopscotch? He said it and jumped for every syllable. My shoulders just started going up. I'm like, oh my God, I've ruined this kid's life. Yep. Because if there's anything kids like, is to learn a new word. Yep. I said, oh boy, I didn't ruin this child's life and caused embarrassment to his parents. Now, this one is beautiful. I don't know how I missed this one, but I love this. But you know, it was so many people um, taking photos of the Sussexes. I think we still got several more days. Remember, I told you we're going to have days of photos just popping up here, there, and everywhere. It'll be almost as if we were there. Such a glamorous couple. And Meghan with that beautiful, radiant smile, a smile that just seems to light up the room. You know, it's a bit of a cliche, but it does. I mean, and look back there. I have never seen so many beautiful black people in one place in my life ever. I don't think I've ever seen so many beautiful black people. Not even the BET Awards. I have never seen so many beautiful black people. Now, of course, they had to switch planes to get home. Um, Peace does not have a route to LAX, so as you recall, they had to improvise to get all of those treasures home. But make it they did, and they're safely ensconced in their Montecito mansion, where there are no leaks in Montecito. Now, I think I am almost done. I think. Let me see. Yep, I think I'm almost done. This is the last thing. So, this was about Harry's book. Yeah, this is about Harry's book. So, if you have to go, be prepared to switch it off. 2 hours, not bad. Everybody's got two femurs. Everybody's got two thighs. Femurs. You give me femurs.
That headline, the Sun choose to go with, Wills gets his hands on Harry's chopper. And it's an unalloyed a celebration of Prince William, who didn't serve in this regiment, becoming Colonel-in-Chief of a regiment in which Prince Harry served. So that's headline number one. So this is the first paragraph of a story in the Daily Mail, which appears under the headline, Puzzle Book Beats Spare to Top Award. This is mad. Remember, we're supposed to be cheering Prince William being made Colonel-in-Chief of a regiment he was never in by his own dad. That's great. Well done. Whoa, get in. Winner. Hashtag champ. This is the first paragraph of a book about the British Book Awards. Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, was beaten at last night's British Book Awards in every category it was nominated. How mean and bent can coverage of an award ceremony be? That what is the top line? Prince Harry got beaten. He'd written a book with some help, I'm sure, that has become one of the best-selling non-fiction books of all time, and they can't even bring themselves to mention that. It's done over 700,000 copies, and it's not come out in paperback yet either. So that's an extraordinary figure. So, on one hand, on one side of the British media, Prince William gets given an honorary job by his dad, and it's front page news of the Sun newspaper. And in others, Prince Harry, who's never written a book before, writes one of the best-selling books ever in hardback, and doesn't win some awards. And that's the headline. That's the story. Prince Harry doesn't win awards. That headline, the Sun choose to go with, Wills gets his hands on Harry's chopper. And it's an unalloyed a celebration of Prince William, who didn't serve in this regiment, becoming Colonel-in-Chief of a regiment in which Prince Harry served. So that's headline number one. So this is the first paragraph of a story in the Daily Mail, which appears under the headline, Puzzle Book Beats Spare.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was sitting here daydreaming. I didn't realize that repeated. But yeah, so there you go. I love when Brother James O'Brien breaks everything down for our benefit. But as you can see, he has run out of adjectives. He's like, how mean. I think he could have done better than that. But you know what? He was still speaking truth to power. And that's all I care about. So anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight here on Royal Sussex. It has been a pleasure as per usual. And we'll be back tomorrow. And hopefully I will be completely over this cold. I tell you, this has really blindsided me. I haven't been sick in so long. But yeah, our faves are back in Montecito. And it It's going to be, we'll probably see them the weekend, I hope. Well, we'll probably see them the weekend. For Meghan, I know she's got work to do very soon. And as for Harry, well, when does he not have running to do? So it's going to be cool. And I didn't hear much about the Archwell Foundation today, just little drips here and there. So that's all well and good, long as we get it straightened out, right? All right, so I won't drag it out. Love you guys. Good night. Uh, don't forget to pray for the Sussexes and each other. Um, and of course, don't forget, we should never forget the contribution of our queens, right? You know, I'm fighting so hard not to say another thing that Beast said about Beast. I did say Beast. That Beast said about the Sussexes, but I'll save that for another time. But yeah, it was just, oh, it was like check, check. But I'll forget about her for tonight. All right. And thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. And I will see you all tomorrow. All the best. Good night. Love you guys.